Welcome back to another episode of ReZero. How is everyone today? I hope you're all doing good. You know the drill by now. We're just going to hop straight into the episode. And, this episode was 100% the best episode this season. Like, no joke. Like, I am actually speechless. Like, I'm actually struggling to fucking start this review because of how good this episode truly was. Oh my god, it was beautiful from start to finish. The lighting, the animations, the voice acting, the music, everything about this episode was phenomenal. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, the episode fucking starts off right with Amelia, talking to Al, Al is in, like, this dark room, with a bunch of dead witch cultists, which he most likely killed himself. Or, it's very, like, implied that he was the one who killed them, and he picks up the mirror from the ground, and that's how he's contacting Amelia. So, Amelia, is really happy to see Al, because, Al's one of the good guys, supposedly, and, she's really happy to see him, and she tells Al, right, where the witch cultists are, like the Sin Archbishops in each of the control towers, and for Subaru to protect Beatrice. So Al's like, yeah, Amelia, I'll pass that on. And he takes, he wants Amelia to take care of herself and everything. Because Al's a goat. So, yeah, the scene transitions right to Subaru, Anastasia, and Julius. And, they're talking, about like the witch cult and like all the attacks and everything that's going on, and they're deciding what to do about it. So what they decide to do is they want to boost the morale of, the people who have been affected, the citizens of Brustella, who are in fear because of what the witch cult have done to the city. So, they're each deciding, right, and also Garfield comes along. Garfield is like really... He's like so cute this episode, like he runs up to Subaru and just hugs the shit out of him. It's so adorable. Garfield always tries to put on like a tough act, but he's actually like kind of cute. But yeah, he joins as well, and basically they're trying to decide who, should do the speech. To like boost the fucking morale of the citizens. So scene switches again, right, to Amelia and best girl Sylphie. And, Amelia is so adorable. Like, she's trying to deny that she used the body double to freaking sneak out. And Sylphie's like, why didn't you run away? Like, you had a chance to run away. And Amelia, being as selfless as she is, she's like, well, I'm not leaving your wives behind, okay? She's not going to just leave the wives behind to deal at the hands of Regulus. And yeah, Sylphie's just so confused on why Amelia would want to save her. Because, she's been so traumatized and living in fear of Regulus that she's forgotten, like happiness and like what it means to be happy. So Amelia was just going to try and teach her to be happy. So it goes back right to, Subaru, Anastasia, Julius, and Al and Garfield. And they're all deciding on who should do the speech. So Subaru is like, Anastasia, you're popular, right? So you should do the speech. And then Anastasia's like, well, if it's for fame, then yeah, I would be good for it. But, they need a real, like, person, like, from the heart, from the soul, to freaking deliver the speech. So then he goes to Julius saying, why don't you do it, Julius? And then Julius is like, nah, I'm not qualified for the role. And then Garfield's like, well, why aren't you doing it, Subaru? And you're like, you're the best one here. You should do the speech. But then Al is kind of like against Subaru doing the speech. Like, he's kind of like, Garfield's, you're putting Subaru under like so much pressure. And Garfield like grabs him by the fucking collar, and he's like, what the hell did you just say about, Subaru? So yeah, there was like a little bit of tension between Garfield and Al. But eventually Al's like, Subaru, decide for yourself, and if you do go down that path, then you're going to be the beacon of hope for everyone. So Subaru does decide, to do the speech. So he goes up there, right, and he delivers the speech, and man, what a beautiful fucking, speech it was. Like, he starts off, like, just really down and stuff. He's kind of like, I'm weak, I'm pathetic, I'm not like some kind of special person, I'm just ordinary, and like, I'm scared too, because he's trying to like relate to the people of Pristella as well, who are most likely feeling the same way he is. But then, towards the end, when the new insert song comes on, it's so fucking fire, by the way. It's one of the best insert songs, ever. The music was absolutely amazing. And it goes through like all these different camera angles and like camera shots and stuff, showing the people across Pristella in the shelters. And, Subaru's just trying to give them hope, And towards the end, Subaru becomes more triumphant. He becomes so heroic. And he, oh, it's so perfect. I cannot, even say how good this episode truly is. It's really hard to put into words, just off the top of my head, how good it was. Like, I was literally bawling when Subaru was giving his speech. Tears were running down my fucking face, man. Like, this is easily the best episode of this season. Subaru was just phenomenal. Like, his voice acting. Yusuke Kobayashi might have to be, like, the best VA ever. Like, I'm being serious, he is so good. Whew. Yeah, he just becomes, like, way more triumphant, way more optimistic. And everyone's, like, holding hands and, like, applauding and everything. And Subaru's right, everyone needs to stick together in order to get through this. And he tells the people of Pristella to leave everything to him and his allies, because they're going to kick the witch cult's ass. And then it's really funny because after Subaru finishes the speech, fucking he gets up right in front of Anastasia and he's like, I'm so sorry, I fucked up, didn't I? And Anastasia's like, no, what are you apologising for? And everyone's congratulating Subaru on his speech, and even Ricardo, who joined the room, is congratulating him as well, because Subaru's just epic, okay? This episode is once and for all proven, without contest, that Natsuki Subaru is the best main character in all of fiction. Like, holy shit. I don't think there's many things that can top this, and we're, like, still not done as well, because, Emilia, is also hearing the speech, while it's going on, and she tells Sylphie that there's still hope out there. Sylphie can still find happiness along with all the other wives, and she's going to believe in the words of Natsuki Subaru, her knight. Oh, it's just so good. And Red Takahashi was beautiful as Emilia as always. Just everything about this fucking episode was just... I'm still so speechless, man. In the final episode, we find out that Otto was alive. Of course, Otto Suin. The go! Everyone's happy to see Otto, because, like, why wouldn't you be? Because he's awesome. He comes in and he's like, look who I found, guys. And then we see the man, the strongest man of all time in ReZero. We see Reinhard Van Estrella slowly walking. And God, they animated him so good. Like, fucking hell. Like, he smiles at Subaru and Subaru smiles at him. Oh, I cannot wait to see, Subaru and Reinhard together, man. I cannot wait. Like, holy shit. Like, what is the more to say about this episode? This has to be as close to perfect, I think, as you can get. I can't remember exactly what the speech was like in the novel, or if like, much changed. But the way it was delivered was just so emotional. It was so impactful. Like, the beauty of just how it was. Just, this has to be one of the greatest ReZero episodes of all time. Easily. It's up there with, the likes of other popular episodes, like episode, season 1, episode 15, season 1, episode 18, the fucking Choose Me episode, it's up there with the likes of those. This is going to become a real classic, a real standout episode. And just everything about it was phenomenal. The music was awesome. The fucking voice acting.
Life moves pretty fast.
I cannot just praise this episode enough. Please go watch it. I'm giving this episode a 200 out of 10. It was 100% for sure the best episode of this season.